Hi, thanks for joining me today. I'm Danny Barker with eXp Realty here in Southern California. Hey, look, I run a network of agents that is nationwide, including the territories, to make sure that you have somebody well performing to work with in your market. Today's video is about staring at the market is how you find the deal. For years, I've told my buyers something that I genuinely believed was true. And in fact, I told myself this too. I would say the buyer who gets the property is usually the buyer willing to pay the most. The highest and best buyer wins. And honestly, that's true a lot of the time, especially when the inventory is tight, which it is today, especially when 10 buyers are chasing the same house. When you see that one property right now that's in perfect condition, in the perfect location, and the perfect attractive price, we can see multiple buyers still showing up today, especially when you're competing against multiple offers. You have to be the highest and best, right? So in those cases, you got to be the highest and best. But today, I realized something. It doesn't always have to be that way. The deals are still out there. You just have to be watching closely enough to find them. And that's what made me think about fishing. Most people think fishing is about casting the line, getting that lure, getting that bait in the right spot. But that's not it. The casting is the easy part. The hard part is paying attention. You hold the pole, you watch the line, you feel every little movement, a little jiggle, 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 right? And when that tiny bite comes, you don't panic. You don't hesitate. You don't rip the rod out of the water and the lure right out of the mouth of the fish, right? You apply just enough pressure quickly, smoothly to set the hook. Just got it. Got it. Okay. Real estate can work the exact same way. For years, I've been teaching people how to compete, how to write those stronger offers, how to become the highest and best buyer. And that's still important. But what hit me today is something that I did not expect. Sometimes the biggest opportunity isn't competing harder, it's seeing something first. The best deals don't always come from paying more. Sometimes they come from paying more attention, paying attention for longer. Sometimes it's a house that's been sitting on the market for 60 days. Nobody wants it. Everybody already passed on it. The seller is frustrated. The listing is getting stale. The excitement is gone. Then somebody who's been watching notices it. They notice the seller has already reduced the price twice. They notice the showing activity has slowed down. They notice the seller may be ready to negotiate. Then they make their move. It's like feeling that fish and applying the right amount of pressure at the right time. Maybe it's a very low offer. Maybe it's just a low offer. The kind of offer that most people would be afraid to write gets accepted. Not because they paid the most, but because they saw the opportunity first. Sometimes it's a home that falls out of escrow. Sometimes it's a property with terrible photos. Sometimes it's a seller who suddenly needs to relocate. Sometimes it's a home everyone overlooked because they were busy chasing the shiny new listings. The market whispers before it shouts. Most people never hear the whisper because they're not watching it. They're not listening. The people who consistently find opportunities are usually paying attention to the little signals. They know what's normal. So when anything comes outside of that normal, they see it immediately. And when they see it, they move decisively, not recklessly, not emotionally, but decisively. Because opportunities don't last forever. The best deals often are gone before most of the other buyers even know the deal existed. Maybe the lesson isn't become the highest and best buyer all the time. Maybe the lesson is become the most observant buyer. Pay attention, watch the market, learn the market's rhythm. Because when that little jiggle finally comes, that's when you set the hook. And remember, nothing ever goes as planned, but wealth is built by people who have a plan. Thank you for joining me today. I'll see you on the next one.